Hey, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel or you do not know who I am, my name is Jacob and this is Vintage by Jacob. I'm a full-time online reseller of vintage and basically any type of clothing I can resell online, yada yada yada. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businessman, and I'm going to save you guys the long intro that I have been doing in the past. If there's one thing I learned from being an entrepreneur and running a business that supports my full-time income, it is that when you become more efficient at things, there's typically an uptick in profit, in sales, and everything good about your business. So that is what I'm trying to do here with the intro, trying to become more efficient. You don't need to hear the big ramble that I usually say. All you need to know is that I am an entrepreneur. I own a business reselling clothes, and I use this YouTube channel as a way to document my day-to-day practices as a business owner. So if you're into that, if you're into making money, if you're into e-commerce, selling stuff, any of that jazz, then this is the channel for you. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment. You guys are the best. And that's all I'm going to say for this intro. As you guys just saw, I just buttoned up a few orders that I had to button up from the weekend. It was actually a fantastic weekend of sales. I'm super proud of myself. I'm finally getting back to the point where I was last Christmas time. December, there's typically a big influx of sales because it's Christmas time. Obviously people are buying stuff as presents and there's just a lot of money flowing around. During the December time, the fourth quarter time, it's usually a good time for businesses. And I was averaging, but you know, 12, 13, 1400, sometimes $1,500 weekends last Christmas, and I'm finally getting back on track. I didn't add up the numbers quite yet, but I had about a $900 weekend, which is fantastic for my business. When my business was running at its most optimal point, I was having consistently, you know, $800,000-$900,000 weekends. So I'm really happy I'm finally back there. If you guys didn't know, I just moved from Minnesota to Colorado, and I had to take a little break from selling stuff online in order to execute the move and all that jazz. So I'm super happy that I am finally back to where I was, running the most efficient and optimally I have been, and I'm in a way better position than I ever have been before, as far as, you know, where I'm sitting with my finances and how I'm going to be able to scale my business from here, all that stuff. Super happy to be back to normal. And speaking about normal, I finally have my storage unit. Yes, this is where I sell all my clothes out of, is this storage unit. The plan is to expand into several other storage units as my business grows. But yeah, I finally have a good system where I'm comfortable, happy with fulfilling orders and getting new inventory listed. All that stuff has been going fantastic. The only downside is it's gonna be 101 degrees today. Yeah, over 100 degrees, which is crazy, 3 digits. I'm a Minnesota boy. I'm used to really cold weather. You know, I love those -20 degree days where I can throw on my favorite down, parka, all that stuff. But nonetheless, I am not used to very hot weather like this. Thankfully, it's pretty dry out today, which helps. And obviously, this is a non-climate controlled storage unit. But I guess to circumvent that for the time being until I can figure out a more permanent solution, I had to get a really early start on the day. I started about 5:30, which was perfect because it was perfect 60-degree weather up until about 8:30 or so, and then it started just slowly climbing. It's about noon now, and I think it's, if I were to guess, I haven't looked at the temperature, it's getting in the 90s now, so it's starting to get really hot. Thankfully, I just wrapped up everything I need to do here, and I'm gonna head back to my house and actually go through what sold this weekend for me. There's a lot of really cool items that sold, a lot of really profitable items that sold, and I think there's going to be a lot of value to take from this video in seeing what sold for me, because everything is always changing in the resale game. So yeah, use this video to stay up to date, to see what I like to look for when I'm out sourcing items for my inventory, all that stuff, you know, what I think of certain brands and all that cool stuff. Yeah, stay tuned. A lot of valuable information coming. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Sit down with me in the AC, talk about what's sold. I'm gonna hit the post office, head home, and let's get started. All right, so I am back at home. It feels amazing. I'm in the AC. It's super nice to get out of the heat, at least for today. I'm gonna be back in tomorrow. No big deal, just gotta get used to it. It's part of business, and I will figure out a solution to combat the heat a little bit. Maybe a fan or something. I don't know. I'm pretty low maintenance. I'm not too worried about it. But yes, let's get into this weekend's sales. So when I say this weekend's sales, I am referring to Friday evening till Monday morning. Now, that is the period of time where I accrue a majority of my sales for the week. And I think that's just the nature of it. People are eager to spend their hard-earned money throughout the week, during the weekend. People have time off, they're online shopping, all that stuff. And that's just where I get a majority of my sales. And in that time frame, I actually sold 43 items, which is super awesome. I definitely like to keep items moving. That way I can reinvest into new inventory, hopefully better inventory, and just keep my inventory growing as I scale my business. And like I said, it was just under $900, which is super awesome. My business is definitely trending in the right direction, and I'm super excited to share every step along the way to you guys as it grows. Now let's look at some of the sales from this weekend. I picked out a few different ones that I think will provide some valuable information. They were definitely good sales. So the first item I want to share with you guys today is this pair of Under Armour sweatpants. You've seen these before. They are like an essential piece. They're just a basic pair of Under Armour sweatpants, just like a gray fleece material, super comfortable. Everybody loves them. I purchased these at the bins, and when I go to the bins, I pay by the pound. So I typically pay between $1.50 to $2 per item. This item's on the lighter side, so I'm gonna say I paid about $1.50 for this item, and I actually sold them for $18. Next up is this pair of Echo Unlimited jeans. These things were super rad. They had crazy embroidery on the back, and I actually sold 3 pairs of these jeans this weekend. And when I say these jeans, I mean they were each different, but they were very, very similar in style. I picked up these pairs of jeans at a garage sale for $1 a piece, and I actually sold them for 15 bucks. Each pair for $15. And to be honest with you, I didn't think they were gonna be that desirable, but they were. I think the price point was right or something, but yeah, it could have been the size too. They were a little bit larger. I think they were 38s. Sometimes the larger sizes do pretty well. So I think that might have had something to do with it, but I actually sold 3 very similar pairs of these jeans all this weekend for 15 bucks a piece. Next up is this pair of New Balance. I think they're the 501 sneakers. They're really cool, awesome, bright green color. They had like this suede fabric, super rad pair of shoes. I actually used to wear a pair just like this that were black and brown. Those were like my go-to sneakers, but this was a super cool pair of sneakers. I actually sold this pair for 20 bucks. I bought this at the Goodwill in the actual store. It was a clearance day where one of the tags were on sale. I bought this pair of shoes for $2.99, so definitely a good markup on that. And yeah, they sold really fast as well. Next up is another pair of shoes. This is a pair of Adidas basketball sneakers. I bought this pair of shoes at a garage sale as well. I'm pretty sure they were $2. They might have been $3, $2 or $3, and I sold these for 30 bucks, which is a super good deal. I actually didn't know the specific model name or anything about them. They were in really good condition though. They were like a leather material, and I just marketed them as Adidas basketball sneakers, and they sold really fast for I think a good price in $30, so I'm super, super satisfied with the sale. Next up is this pair of dark wash Levi's jeans, and it always seems like I include a pair of Levi jeans because I honestly just want to show you guys that this is a bread and butter item for me. I sell a ton of Levi's, and I can find a ton of them as well, which is awesome. I typically find them at the bins for around $1.50 per pair. I almost always sell them for $18 to $25 like clockwork. They sell really fast. They sell for a good margin. I can source them frequently, so that's why I would put them in that bread and butter category of my business, just because there's something that I'm so used to selling now. That's why I always include them, just to show you guys that you can build a market like that in your business. Once you find a good way to source specific types of inventory, it's just super cool to see kind of that relationship with your customers and what they're buying. I don't know, it's just really cool. But yeah, I sell a ton of Levi's, and this pair is no exception. Next up is this really, really cool Wilson's leather hat. This was a 100% genuine leather hat. I sold it for $18, and to be honest, I think it's worth a lot more. I don't know. Anyways, I sold it really fast. I actually have owned this hat for a little while. I bought it at a garage sale quite a few years back. I paid under $1 for it. It actually might have been free. Honestly, I don't remember. Super cool hat. I wore it for a little while, got tired of it, and decided to flip it. Like I said, I sold it for 18 bucks. It's probably worth more. It sold really fast, but regardless, I'm super happy when items sell fast because it provides a immediate source of cash into my business that I can invest in and that time is worth a lot more than a higher profit margin, in my opinion, at this stage of my business. So yeah, 18 bucks, super cool hat. If you find leather hats, they sell super fast. I actually sold another one this weekend as well. It was a leather brim and a felted wool top. That one sold really fast as well. I think that one sold for $15 or $14, but nonetheless, same type of deal. Sold really fast, same day I listed it. So I think those style of hats are definitely in high demand for some reason. But yeah, super cool hat. If you ever see one, pick it up. Next up is this New York City graphic t-shirt. It is by a company, I'm pretty sure it's called Pretty Little Things. Super cool graphic. It had like a vintage wash to it. It's a woman's t-shirt, and I don't include a lot of women's stuff on my channel because I feel like I specifically cater to men's apparel, and that's what I'm really good at sourcing, I believe. But I do sell a ton of women's stuff as well, and it's another big part of my business. So I wanted to include this shirt. Sold this shirt for $18. It was a super cool shirt. Definitely can make some really cool outfits with it, especially if you threw like a flannel over it with some cool jeans. I don't know, but super cool shirt. Sold it for 18 bucks. So yeah, Pretty Little Things, I believe that's the brand name. If you see it, keep an eye out. They make really cool graphic t-shirts and they sell super fast as well. Next one is this really cool, in my opinion, another hat. It's this vintage style Coke denim hat, like the Coca-Cola brand denim hat. It's super cool. It has a super cool vintage wash to it. It just looks like a rad hat, and I actually sold this one for $14. So definitely a super good sale. It sold super fast. I got this thing, I believe, for $1 at a regular Goodwill. It might have been at a Savers, but it was just a regular thrift store. I got it for $1, I remember. So super good sale. Really good markup on it, and it sold super fast. This was another same day. Actually, I think I sold it the next day, but listed it, sold it the next day. I love those sales. It just means you price the item right, all that stuff. It just feels like all the stars are aligned when that happens, which is super rad. And yeah, definitely a great sale. Lastly is this super cool pair of Thrasher Vans slip-on sneakers. These things were in great condition. They only costed a couple bucks. And I sold these for 30 bucks. Just a super cool pair of Vans sneakers with the Thrasher skateboarding logo on top. I love the look of these. They sold super fast. Had definitely a very good weekend for shoes. As you can see, I feel like I have a lot more expertise in selling boots. Probably because I'm originally from Minnesota. I used to source a lot of items there, and I was able to find a lot of really high quality boots back there. Super good, or at least it seemed that they sold super good because I was able to source so many of them. But now I'm starting to source a lot more shoes, and it just goes to show, like the New Balances, the Vans, those basketball sneakers sold super fast for great margins. And it's just really cool to see how kind of the trends like that work, where it's summertime, a lot less boots are moving, more so the sports sneakers, the casual sneakers, stuff like that. So really cool to see. But yes, those are a few of the sales I wanted to show you guys for the weekend. And I wanted to just show you guys a good mix of things that you probably weren't expecting to see sold that did sell for a good price, good markup, sold fast, stuff like that. I feel like those are the most beneficial items. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys sold over the weekend as well. We can help each other. I think that'd be a super cool thing to do. Just let me know in the comment section down below. But that is today's video. I have a very exciting video coming up on Wednesday, so make sure to stick around. But yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And yeah, be good to one another, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.